Hey everyone, it is the Charming Giraffe and we are back to do day 3 of our experiment. Today's experiment will be the 40-60 paint to Floetrol ratio, so 40% paint to 60% Floetrol, and there is some water. Today's formula will be for each of the colors. We're using 22 milliliters of paint, 32 milliliters of Floetrol, and 6 milliliters of water. So we're going to go ahead and get started. I will mix this one for you to begin, and then I'll speed it up through the rest. I just pre-measure all the paint. I have paint on me. I just like wiped it all over myself. Pretty awesome. Pre-measured the paint and the Floetrol for the first round. Okay, this one's the one we're only using 2. So we're at 9, 8, 7. These other 2 should be filled to 10 milliliters. And then 6 milliliters of water. Then we get a stick and we just stir it up. Theoretically, throughout the process, our mixture should get thicker. So theoretically, in my head, I'm thinking we should get less cells, but yesterday's painting dried incredible. I know I've been teasing you with that this week. Yesterday I told you the same thing. So yeah, we'll have to just wait and see. So far, I'm curious as to what they're all going to look like next to each other. The colors we're using, in case you missed the prior 2 videos, are red, yellow, white, and blue. And we'll do 2 paintings on an 8x10 canvas. First we'll do a tree ring, and then second we'll do a flip cup. I just wanted some extra paintings just to compare in the experiment. In case one just kind of went crazy and did its own thing, we'll have 2 to compare against. So I'm just going to get these mixed up here, and then we'll get started. Alright, we are back. We've got our paint all mixed. You may have seen where I got a little splashy with the last color. So we're slightly under the 2 ounces, but we have plenty of paint here. I don't think that's going to compromise anything too terribly much. So I'm not going to worry about it. So I get this poured in here into our tree ring first, and then any that we have left in the cup plus the extra that we have left in these cups will become our flip cup portion. Yesterday I think I didn't have quite enough in the cup, so or barely enough in the cup, I guess. So I will fill this up even more because I can always just stop pouring once I have enough. So I can't put more later. Well, I guess kind of I could, but we were pretty far in that process before I realized I didn't have enough. So here, we'll get started with the tree ring. Start it over here slightly because I know which direction my table is unlevel. I'm going to stop before we get too much of that white. And so far, it's amazing. I love these colors that are mixing over here. It'll probably end up running off, but that's okay. Oh, before we get too far ahead of ourselves, let me go ahead and put on gloves. help it along a little. Okay. So far, so good. I think we did a lot better on paint quantity than we did yesterday. Okay, I'm gonna run it back this way just a tad, get some more of that yellow. And look at that orange in the upper left corner. That's beautiful. We've got some huge bubbles, and I think at least one really decent sized chunk that I will go ahead and pick out real fast. I think this is a chunk and not a bubble. I think these are bubbles. I hope they're bubbles and not chunks. I don't want chunks to dry in there. Yeah. Let me bring in for close-up. Alright, here we are for the close-up. And we'll start in the lower left corner. For some reason, I feel like this painting is actually like a little, not muted, I can't think of the word exactly. Like all the colors, except for the blue maybe, like all the yellows are like deeper tones of yellows, a deeper tone of orange. They're not the bright red, orange, yellow that came out of the cups or that I poured into them. Don't really know how to describe it, but it looks really cool. There's some white, like yesterday. Yesterday was on the flip cup portion, though. We'll see what develops, how many cells and whatnot. So let me move this to a safe drying area, and then we'll do our flip cup. Alright, now we are back for the flip cup. Here is what our cup looks like so far. Let's try not to make a big mess. So yeah, we're just going to pour the rest of our paint in here in the same order that we were doing the tree rings. And then just like earlier this week, I did strain the Floetrol, but I did not strain the paints, as you saw. I just mixed them in the cup and we used them. We did not strain them. So that is why we're getting pink chunks in our paint. And as you can tell, we are. But that's why I choose to just strain my paint, is for that reason. Use the blue stick to do the red, so hopefully that won't compromise anything too much. Yeah, it's so cool when it like tilts or flips over. We will let this sit here for a second. I'm going to turn all this over too. I don't think we're going to have any problem with flow. I think we have plenty of paint. So we'll let it sit here for a few minutes and then we'll come back. Alright, we are back. Let's see what kind of mess we've made. Okay. Red. Oops, we tripped. It'll be okay though. Red and blue. Where's all the yellow at, guys? And not really even blue. It's like a really pretty teal color. Do you want to try to save some of that white? Some really cool purples too. Looks like those are going to go off the edge. Maybe they'll come back through. Okay, So far, definitely less cells than I think we've seen in the other paintings, but that doesn't mean they won't come up. And actually a lot less color. It's either hiding underneath and it's going to come through, or it all ran off. So we'll have to wait and see. With that, let's come in for the close-up. Alright, here we are for the close-up. I do see a lot of little red dots popping through. I'll start in the lower left. Little red, white, and blue cells, tiny, tiny ones. To the upper left, a lot of white and blue mixing together, very oceany looking. Upper right, we've got the white with some little tiny itty bitty red cells popping through, and then some bigger blue cells of all shades of blue, from light blue all the way to dark blue. And then there's a yellowish green cell popping through. So I'll have to let it dry and see what else happens to it. And then we will compare them on Friday. I do want to thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and do what makes you happy.